Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Market Buzz. I'm here with Dimitris and myself. Markets are down. People are freaking out. We're supposed to be having earnings soon. Welcome to Market Buzz. Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da, ba. All right. So crazy markets. So far, S&P 500 is down 1%. Nasdaq a little bit more. Let's share a little bit of the data here. So S&P 500 down 1.14%. The Nasdaq down almost 2% today. The Dow 0.76 and the Russell turning negative. We have the S&P 500 major moves in tech mostly. We see Nvidia down 3.6%, Broadcom and Micron down 4.7 and 6.26. Qualcomm down. Most software applications are down, which is hilarious because that story does not make sense. The fact is AI winning or is AI not winning? What's the question here? We have a move to the defensive side. We have oil up, Exxon up, with the news that Trump is going to start giving licenses to everybody. And consumer defenses like Walmart, Costco, and Target up on the day. Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Timothy must be celebrating because his pick for this year is pumping 4.3%. Palantir is up after really good earnings, but the market doesn't seem to like it. The financials have stepped back a little bit from the highs that they were in today. It's an exciting day to be an investor. You got to celebrate the downturns as well, but it sucks. We're all losing money, but it's part of the game. Today we have interesting earnings. Earnings Hub. We have we had Palantir yesterday. We have AMD, SMCI, Enphase for the solar companies, and Chipotle. Something to pay attention to. Everybody has something to look forward to today.
We are
Yeah,
hoping AMD is going to bail us out today.
but it's unlikely. Oh man. By the way, anybody in chat, let me know. I'm actually going to check the chat because I want to see whether I can hear you. So when I tell you to speak, speak. Give me a second. Speak. Sound like
Hello,
it.
how we doing?
Oh man. By
Can
the
you hear
way,
me?
anybody in chat, let me know. I'm actually going to check the chat because give me a second. I want to see whether there's a delay. I can hear you. So when I tell you to speak, speak. Give me a second. Speak. Sound like
Hello.
it. Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you in the chat. So good. We have
Great,
Dimitris in
great.
his house. We have Dimitris paying attention to markets on Discord. And yeah, we're live. But yeah, man, crazy day today, to say the least. Market is not happy today. He's not happy. The fact that Nvidia is down so much today, and there was some hope that this could actually last, like not last, but man, we're retesting that resistance level. Potentially a good place to buy if they continue to do well, but we have major earnings that will dictate the direction of this play. We have Google and Amazon this week. It's a good day. Silver up today too. Like that, it's been an interesting day because even if we go to the futures, I think natural gas bounced off the loss is back down again. But crude oil is up 1%. Brent is 67. Silver is up 8%. Gold is up 6%. So just a moving back. Bitcoin down drastically today too.
How come?
Oh yeah, insane. Yeah, but look at something here. All right. So I can walk around. I don't have to be in front of the camera today. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Oh man. Yeah, it's an interesting day to say the least. It's a very interesting day to say the least. Crypto has been getting punished. It's been like an indicator almost, in a sense.
Hmm.
Something to take into consideration. That's for sure. But yeah. Oh la 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 la. The geopolitics markets are down currently because of the Iranian deals. Well, the Iranian drones got shut down by American warships, and market doesn't seem to like it. We still don't know if the funding bill will pass and actually stop the government shutdown. That's a big if. If we get that quickly, I think that the BLS also said that they're not collecting any data, Dimitris. No?
That's going to take us back to where we were like a month ago when we getting
Right.
data. We're not exactly what we're getting. So
Yeah,
more
yeah.
uncertainty into the picture on top of everything that's happening in geopolitics and
That is correct. Yeah, this
so it's
year
not,
feels like more like a harder year to be an investor, There's like,
yeah.
well, at least to the end of last year as well. It's like such a like it's so tricky, Not everything is going up. The Max 7 are lagging behind. Even Microsoft can get punished 18%. It's been like facing
Hmm.
the reality of investing in a sense. So I've quite enjoyed. Well, not enjoyed it, you know what I mean. But it gives you the reality of what investing is. It's like it's not just sunshine and rainbows. There is risk in money markets.
I don't think what Trump is doing with Iran has anything to do with the nuclear program. By the way,
Repeat, repeat.
I don't think what Trump is doing with Iran has anything to do with the nuclear program. I think it has everything to do with energy. I think he wants to. He sees that Iran is selling 90% of its oil to China, and they're not using the dollar. They're using like the Chinese yuan, and the Chinese are playing hardball with the rare earth minerals. So Trump said, you know what? The nuclear program is the excuse. Everyone agrees with me, basically.
Or
So let me go start something there,
hmm,
and the biggest loser will be China. If this thing
yeah,
goes down, China loses like because China imports 74% of its oil. It's not all from Iran, it's from China, it's from all the traded areas. So if something goes down in Iran, something serious, then the biggest loser is China.
hmm, yeah,
And for all of their might, for all of their industrial capacity, if you don't have energy, then you are done.
yeah. Then you run into trouble. Well, that was
Then
the
you
thing,
run into trouble.
That was one of the things I've heard. Definitely, is like apparently, like China still needs more energy. You know, it's like they produce more energy than America, but I think per capita, the production of energy is still less than America. So
No, 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 no. They consume more energy than America, but the U.S. produce more energy. I'm talking about oil than everyone else.
yeah,
If not first, it's like second. Probably Saudi is first, and then the U.S. is second. But the U.S. So the U.S. if they want to, they can have they can produce what they consume. But they don't do that because they produce and then they export and they import. Everything is so complicated. The
yeah,
Chinese they don't have oil to produce to consume for themselves. So they have coal plants and they're getting with their energy and the import and
you're speaking
they're
to the
like
microphone, Dimitris, because you're going on and off.
no,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
speaking on the phone.
I see. So,
So
okay, but are you aiming at the phone?
yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
Perhaps I was plugging the phone to.
It just
Can
it
you hear
like
me now?
goes. on and off. So it's like you're
Can
connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. Let me try
can you
something.
hear me now?
Try again. Oh,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man. Oh, wait, wait. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
so what I was saying, yeah. The this is the proxy war that is currently happening in front of our eyes, right? The two powers, the U.S. and China, are like in pursuit to get resources. The Americans want the rare earth minerals, which the Chinese control, okay, and the Chinese want energy in which the Americans control. They don't control it like the source, but they have the navy and they have the petrodollar, and this is
So
the
they have
state really.
influence. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
and this is national security for both, because in case we get into a hot conflict, you will need both of them to wage war. You need
Hmm.
rare earth minerals for your defense, and you need oil because you need energy in order to get into war. So they're both very critical to both countries and to the world, obviously. Um, so they're scrambling to get ahead. The U.S. Had a slow start because they were like occupied with nonsense in the last 2 decades, and the
Yeah.
Chinese very quietly and methodically they moved and they secured the resources they could, but they are not theirs. They have deals with Africa and with this and that. It's not like in their land.
Yeah.
So it's a geopolitical play that's happening, and Trump is not afraid to make the bold move. Um, with Greenland, with Venezuela, now he's towards Iran. And he can frame this as we're doing it for the Iranian people, and and the Iran nuclear program. We have to shut that down. But the motivation is really energy, in my opinion.
No, I think so too. I think so too. And it's also like taking a little bit of the influence away from Iran and China and, sort of like the axis in a sense.
Hmm. And then where Europe comes to all this, you know what? The funny thing about Europe, nobody takes Europe seriously,
Mm,
right?
for a long time, they have not, For a long time, they have not. They got too comfortable having like the American warships at their doorstep and the military bases, and they were like, "Oh, we just don't have to spend the money." And then now they've realized
Mhm.
it's like, "Oh, maybe if I don't have the keys to the cell, I'm still in a cell, so I can't get out."
Yeah.
You know, like sure they are allies, but for how long? It's something that they're starting to realize as well, in my opinion. Hmm. Have a look at something here. Let's see if there's any data coming out.
Mhm.
The Intel CEO, knowledgeable people told me US is behind China now in open source AI. Wow.
Hmm.
It's becoming very
Interesting.
ruthless between CEOs, eh?
Yeah.
Hmm. The volatility is insane. Huh? We've seen this volatility since Wednesday of last week. Yeah,
Yes.
it just has not stopped at all. It's been quite impressive to say the least. But holy, we have Trump speaking at 4. He spoke that, so now he participates in signing in a signing.
Signing of what?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he signs something every day.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
There's always something to be signed.
yeah.
I'm thinking now what to do with Novo.
It's gonna be tricky because now expectations are coming down. But why would the question is did they have earnings today or do they have earnings tomorrow?
So the earnings supposed to be tomorrow, but I'm guessing they announced the earnings after the market closed in Denmark.
Hmm.
Why would they?
No, but that's
Why would
absurd,
they
you know?
say something like that the day before the earnings?
Yeah, because they're expected to have it tomorrow before prior to market. So now we know the results.
Okay, so we're basically where we were a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
A month ago, not a month ago. Like, yeah. So where this is where I bought initially. This is my entry point. But the expectations are coming way down.
Which could be bullish.
It could be bullish, yeah. The PE is 13 times and Eli Lilly is 50.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Jode. Jode. And then we got the we I think maybe today AMD creates a buying opportunity.
don't, don't jinx it. I have a good feeling about AMD.
Oh, I think so too.
Do you know what I would like to see from AMD? Do you remember like when was it? Like 3 years ago, Nvidia reported earnings and the stock went up 30% in the aftermarket. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I think
You think
I
something
think it
similar?
was no something similar is not happening, but that was once in a lifetime thing. But that was the initial phases of AI. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They announced like the unlimited upside, basically. That was 2023. That was
Yeah.
Q3 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And AMD is currently at a point, I'm talking market cap wise, it's similar to that. So,
Hmm.
hmm,
$389 billion or $392 billion with a forward PE of 119 with a forward with a PE of 119 and a forward PE of 35.
I mean, if they report a spectacular beat, then
It'd
the
be
P goes
fantastic.
down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the P goes down. I
Because
think
they're
no. I think don't you think it's gonna be like $1 trillion within the next 18
I
months?
think depends if AI doesn't work out like the fears that we're seeing in the markets right now.
No, I don't think the AI is not gonna work out. I think the AI is gonna work out. The question is, are the valuations like uh, realistic? This is a question. Nobody's doubting that AI is it's going to work out. It's going to work out for sure, but are these valuations like realistic? This is the question the market has.
Hmm. Hmm. I think since it depends so much, like I think we're still so far away to see what people are gonna create with this. I was watching a video. It's funny because it's like, yeah, I was watching a video to understand what would it take for you to like run your own models in like chips and things, you know? And it's expensive. Like to run a model on your own, it's like 400K for like a couple of people. So it's like understanding the numbers of like the economics behind the AI boom is kind of crazy. Oh man, Nico, how you doing? How you doing, big boss? Oh man, oh the dip keeps dipping. The dip keeps on dipping. Holy.
Mm.
Oh yeah yeah. Nico, come here. Nico, vamos. Nico, come here. Come, Nico. Nico, here. Come here. Yeah, I'm talking to the dog. He doesn't want to eat. Eat, Nico.
Doesn't like the chicken, probably.
It's like he just doesn't see anymore. He's old now. Nico, he's here. Eat some. But if like he's so picky because he's like, if you look at him, he doesn't eat. So you have to let him be. Nico, eat. God damn it. Holy fuck. The dip keeps on dipping. Where's Amazon at? Ooh, Amazon down 2%. Ooh, wait.
2% we don't mind.
Ooh, Amazon is a really good buy right now.
Which one?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Yeah. Amazon is a good buy. It's following what I've said was going to happen. We'll see.
I have enough Amazon already.
That's the problem. Oof, it's an ugly, ugly day. Ugly, ugly day. Is this because of Iran? Really?
Which one?
Is this because of a drone? The dip we're seeing right now, or is this like it's probably the government shutdown and the drone?
Or maybe because we are in the midst of earnings and the
Well,
market
just
wants
before
to see.
data. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get. Okay, so the fear is that the AI story is coming to an end. That's the fear.
I think so.
The AI spending, that the valuations has been stretched. All that's the fear. So we have to get all the semiconductors earnings report. We have to get the outlooks. Um, Taiwan semi doesn't really matter because they just produce what the others tell them to produce. So
Correct.
it's backward data, the Taiwan MC. They don't really have like a clear outlook like Nvidia has. Like Nvidia's outlook is going to determine what Taiwan semi outlook will be, right?
Correct.
And these are the people that get the orders and they give them to Taiwan. So we have
Yeah.
to get. So who is left? AMD tonight, Nvidia in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's not Nvidia who decides. It's not Nvidia who decides. Nvidia is the last person to know, in my opinion. Because Nvidia is like, oh, maybe we'll order some chips, maybe we won't order some chips, sure. But all of a sudden, it's like you're gonna get the hyperscalers, but this doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. The only thing that scares me when it comes to Nvidia is that the margins could get affected. That's the big if here.
We want AMD tonight to report a great quarter to give us an outlook like that, like the story continues. We want the rest to do the same, and then we resume. Now, the geopolitics and the conflict, that's a different story. That's volatility, that's part of business. But we want the AI story to remain intact. Everyone is saying we are like in the third inning, the fourth inning, and the game has 9 innings, so we are not even halfway yet. That's what they say.
Yeah.
I don't expect another year like last year, like with semiconductors. I don't expect that 40, 50, 60% from these companies, perhaps like a 20, 30%. This is what I told you like 3 months ago. So, but the story has to be intact.
Yeah. I think the thing is like what they're gonna like the big thing here is that, oh, so how do we see this playing out? We see this playing out at, okay, everybody stop working, everybody, like, you just have a halfway built out building, and you're just gonna say, you know what, like, how about we don't build it, and like let's just stop here because like we're spending too much already. It's like, bro, what are we talking about? Oh man. So yeah, that's the thing for me, at least in the AI play. It's just I just don't see it yet. Like, it's funny because
Google
like,
reports. Google
hmm?
reports tonight as well.
No, to Google is tomorrow.
Google is tomorrow before the market open or
No,
after the
no,
market, after
after,
the media
after,
close.
after, 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 after,
Mm.
after, after. We have Enphase today, which might give an opportunity to buy solar energy
Mm.
plays, and then yeah, Antonio Dimitris Antonio.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
We're talking about the AI play, Antonio.
Mm,
What are you thinking? You're liking markets right now? Isn't it a beautiful day to be an investor?
splitting.
God damn it. We are getting hurt. We are in danger. It's the one thing I can think of every time. I mean, it's going to
The
be an
question is
interest.
why.
Huh?
The question is why.
It's because two things. I sold, so I created too much exit liquidity. And then, no, it's probably like, you know what it is? It's probably just like today's de-risking, it feels, right? Um, we just like, I think there is like Iran just the Iran strike, like the US Iran strike. That's a little bit of tensions, and you can see it in the price of oil. So that's telling me something here. It's the fact that we're seeing, I think oil is up at $1 on those news.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then the other one is the government shutdown, which might not actually get solved today.
Yeah, open for tomorrow. Yeah.
Are they going to open?
No, not open for tomorrow.
Yeah. So we would have to see. Let me have a look at Polymarket what they say about that. So I'm guessing it's those two fears coming into this, coming into that. It's interesting because it's like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Interesting. So when are we expecting government shutdown to end? It's funny because, well, I wonder, does that count as a strike? If you take down one of their drones?
Technically not.
Because it's not like you're hitting land or anything, right?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Hmm. Oh, wow. The Fed reverse repo is getting used, eh? I need to give him the, maybe he's scratching Nico, I swear. Let's have a look. So that was the thing. So it started like the downturn started kind of with the US government is working soon to grant general licenses allowing the production of oil and gas in Venezuela. And then
Hmm.
that was sort of the start of it. And then it was like at 4 o'clock. And then, yeah, the moment we saw the shutdown, an Iranian shot shit 139 drone. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's draw it up. The Shashet 139. By the way, I bought some calls on TQQQ for the end of the week, Antonio.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not a bad trade. I mean, if it continues, it could be negative, but
Yeah, it can continue actually. Yeah.
have a Shashet. So the Shashet is okay. It's a pretty cool drone. Echo, turn on the kitchen heater. It's not a good day to be an investor. It's not a good day. All right, so the Shashet. So this one here. Vale, okay.
Bitcoin has broken the lowest of the other day.
Yeah, crypto's been having such a tough time. It's been kind of scary. So, designed for long endurance reconnaissance and strike missions. So this is like for surveillance. Like they're just like trying to figure out where they are.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like the chances of it being like a strike drone against the Armada, like it doesn't seem realistic. And the fact that the pizza indicator is not up, you know.
Are you still watching the pizza indicator?
Of course. You gotta, you know. DEFCON
Yeah,
4.
yeah, but one thing to consider is a Tuesday. So you
Of
don't want these
course.
things to be happening on a Tuesday. This thing is gonna the pizza indicator is gonna come up like Friday, Saturday, perhaps.
I wonder if it goes up based on the day, you know? Because like I wanted pizza. Like I thought about ordering pizza today, and the fact that the market is scratching tells me that I should be ordering pizza because I don't have time to. I should be making decisions here, but man, have a look. So will Russia? No. So look, Wednesday. So yeah, that's the thing. Usually you order the pizza at night, so we would have to see how it's coming out tomorrow and if there's any increase. Because this should, like, the thing is like, look, if it's like, if it was that, like, just to like, if it's like a UAV kind of thing, just to understand the American presence, and I just don't, I don't think it's a big deal. I think market's overreacting here. Could I be wrong? Yeah, probably. The Altman and Nvidia feud also, that was like, bro, so unprofessional. So unprofessional.
Yeah.
You know? Hmm. So Trump always wants to pursue diplomacy first.
Yeah.
All right. So spoke at the Pentagon. Cool. Levitt said Trump feel what? We're extremely optimistic the government is going to reopen. And then he said, okay, he finishes the thing. They're exploring diplomacy, but we'll see. The fact that they move the ships tells you that they are looking to exert a presence there. So I'm shocked by the move, though, still.
Why?
Because it's too much. You see, it's too much for like I guess it's like nuclear war. It's what we're trying to depict here, but
No, it's not gonna be a nuclear war. It's not gonna be. Listen, nobody's getting into a nuclear war for of nonsense. Okay,
yeah,
let's get that out of the way because that's always the fear.
yeah,
This is Iran getting his act together and getting away from China. If
hmm,
they are like more friendly to the West and they are willing to sell oil with US dollars, um, then everything is good. There's
yeah,
no there's no reason to be afraid of anything. But America has not America, the West has put in sanctions on Iran's oil, and they're selling it to China. That's the issue.
yeah,
As simplistic as it sounds, that's basically what it is.
yeah.
And maybe another president wouldn't do anything, but Trump is going for it.
Hmm. Oops. Switch account. Let's go to my normal account, my normal programming. I'm super. You know what I'm baffled by? the Adobe drop,
Hmm.
and
How much of a
they're
drop?
it's been massive. Today is down almost 7.5% with a forward PE of 10.3 and an actual PE of 16.26. A software company with margins of 88%. Insanity.
I think it's too much.
I think it's too much too, man. But I think it's too much because I'm in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what is happening? Does feel like valuation. I mean,
Hmm.
holy.
Who else is into Adobe? I think Toby got into Adobe as well.
I'm sure. I think he did too. I think he did too. It's just, man, like if we just broke down the downward channel. We'll see if that continues. But every time we come back, so
Let me see the chart. I want to see the chart to get an idea. Okay.
you know, it just I'm like, okay, like maybe it's not worth $600. Okay, that's fine. I'll okay, that's fine. Right? Like
Where did you
that's a
buy? What was your entry point? Do you remember?
I bought at 300. I think let me have a look. Yeah, I have it here. I'll give it to you in a second. Adobe. And my Adobe is 323. Huh. I entered higher than I thought.
323,
Yeah. Because it was just prior to the
323.
old earnings. This is a company that beats earnings on a constant basis. Like they're not telling you it's slowing down anytime soon. They beat earnings, they beat
Yeah,
expectations.
but the beat is not spectacular. The beat
Of
is
course, yeah.
the beat is like 2%, which is like Walmart beat by 2%.
Yeah.
The next earnings are March 12th, so it's like in a month. So perhaps by next earnings, it's going to bottom. I have to guess.
The
It
thing is,
does.
there is nobody interesting now on
Yeah,
Adobe.
like that's the thing. There's no buyers.
Nobody want to buy. Yeah.
They did take a massive hit because of just the narrative that they were saying. It was like, oh, they're using our pictures and our things, so we should all boycott it, and nobody's boycotted it. But it's like, oh, we can use your pictures, your things for. Did I wonder if let me have a look. I put
What's happening with Mara?
Mara is in the is in the crossfire. Two major players. The on the one part is the so on the one part is the Bitcoin story, right? Mara has a ton of Bitcoin in their portfolio, so the fact that
Mhm.
Bitcoin is dropping means that their assets are dropping drastically. Part one, right? And you're like, okay, that's fine. But then they're also in the other part, which is that we're going into AI, and AI is not good. So they're right now in this crossfire. It's like if you have to draw a Venn diagram of Mara, is like bad thing, hell, and then Mara's in the middle. You know, this kind of thing. So
But
yeah,
the thing now is like um AI is a bubble. Software is done. So where do I have to put my money?
no,
Fucking on gold.
but the thing
Like
is like
because
on the one
crypto
side,
is done too.
yeah, on the one side, the story on AI is that AI is gonna like fix this software is done because AI is gonna take over. But then if you look at the chips, it's like but people don't want to spend on AI, and it's like which story is right? Who do I believe here? You know,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, that's where I'm at right now. my goodness. It does feel like a good day. Like it feels like, right now we're in peak fear. We could continue to go
Wait,
down,
what?
but it feels like peak fear today. Like in the sense of like there's so many news, right? Government
Mm.
shutdown, um, Iran, AI.
Yeah, only Trump can save us today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's only Trump.
What's the
Mm.
dollar doing today? Let's have a look at the
That's a good question.
dollar is. Huh. I guess I'm looking at the index. You're the Dixie.
It's also
Dollar
down.
is down a little bit. Yeah, dollar is
Yeah.
Which
down.
one? The DXY?
Mm-hmm. The Dixie, what they call it. And I'm gonna buy another contract. How much money do I have on the? I'm putting an interesting trade on SMCI today. Yeah. All filled. Like if SMCI does well, which I think it will, because it's like if people are like panicking about memory and all that stuff, even hard disk, like a year ago, they were pretty much giving out the hard disk for free.
Yeah.
You know, have a look at Ryan prices. Ooh, let me have a look. This is DDR4. No way. That's crazy. DDR5. Let me have a look. DDR5. That's insane. So a DDR5 kit, 32 gigs, that's 16. I have a 32 kit. So I'm going to go for 64. Have a look at how much my RAM is. 64. Hold it. Wow. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, that's insane. So let's have a look at this one, the crucial one. If you look at 6 months ago, you could get the sticks of RAM for $150. Same two sticks of RAM are at $600.
Hmm.
Yeah. So memory is still up there. Let me have a look. Like I remember paying for mine 100. Like I got I think this one is the one no. Insane. Have a look at hard disk. M2s are not crazy. What? That's not crazy. Yeah, look. So crucial. Yeah, they're crazy. Fuck, that's crazy. Okay. Like the the memory sticks have gone up 100%. Okay. Memory was so cheap for a while. like
Yeah,
storage.
but so cheap. It was so cheap.
And now everything is up. Like I think I'm profitable on my
Yeah,
computer right
now
now.
it's crazy.
Where are graphics cards at? 5090? No. Let's go for a 5070. Okay, they haven't gone up that much. They've gone up, but not that much. Okay. Like 10% up, I think. Fuck. My missus bought her RAM, like her computer, the day before everything went crazy. She got massive discounts on it. Massive discounts. She was like, I remember she was buying like a graphics card and like they gave her a Steam credit voucher of like $40,
Hmm.
you know, which is real money. Like if you know how to exchange it, it's real money. So they were giving you discounts, there were perks and shit. And now that's all gone. Now a 5090, which is what you would use for
You see on financial news say the house is now voting uh to the partial government shutdown to end the partial government
yeah,
shutdown. So they are voting right now. So
yeah.
hopefully be a yes because otherwise we are gonna be fucked.
Let's have a look.
I'm staying up today for AMD.
They're voting. They're voting. Oh, I'm staying up for sure. I'm staying up because it's fun. It's AMD in phase. AMD in phase, and how many votes do they need in the House
No idea.
to pass this? ChatGPT. Let's ChatGPT. How many votes does the House need in order to pass the funding bill? Crap. A Republican voted nay. So, but yeah, but this is they're voting to incorporate the amendments that the Senate proposed. Is that it?
Hmm.
Okay.
Are you still in the silver tray?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Crap. Fuck. That's not good. He's down again. What the fuck? God damn it. Might lose the fucking money on silver again. This is outrageous. Like they can still fix it, which would be good, you know? Does Trump speak today at any point?
You said 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but it's already 7.
No,
Like
not
I mean
yet, but
4, but I mean 4 o'clock UK time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He spoke already, I think. Yeah, Trump meets Colombian president at 4. Did he meet the Colombian president? Maybe they haven't met. I wonder. Like, have you realized that Trump's always late?
Yes.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Eh?
Like, he's just like, I don't think I've ever seen anything on time from him.
He's always tweeting.
Swear to God, man.
Yes, very true. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave. I'll see you after.
Bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Damn. The market is crazy. Emotion. Let me have a look at what this means. Oh, so yeah, this so the House accepts the Senate's amendments. The bill is cleared for the president.
Hmm.
So this could be it. Yeah, but there's Republicans voting against it. I think 218. Have a look. So, for example, okay, how many votes?
Jesus. Everything is selling off, even crypto.
Yeah,
So Walmart, PJs, remember I told you PJs?
uh huh.
That's holding on today, up almost 4%. Even Google is down. Are you sure Google is after the market close and not before the market opened that they report earnings?
No, no, it's market close, guarantee,
Hmm.
always. The big all Max 7 report after market close.
Hmm.
So they need 5 extra votes, and the Republicans are voting against it. So they right now have 2 votes in favor. I hate it. Like this time remaining 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and it's still they haven't voted. There's still 213 people that haven't voted. It's like, bro, you have to press a button.
Probably half of them, they're not even in Washington. And the vice president, which is the tiebreaker, is not even there. Well, all right, let me go as well. Let me go hit the gym and come
All right.
back before the AMD earnings. I'm gonna text you after the market close.
All right. All right.
Hopefully AMD is gonna bail us out today. Unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I'm not. It's not that I'm like I like like I'm. It's not like I'm bearish, but
But you're not optimistic either.
the thing is like it's like they still have to make the new chips, right? So it's like the turnaround story for AMD is halfway through the year. You know.
Do you know what gives me some comfort? That we didn't get anything in the news prior. Like when you get something in the news, like some tip, some rumor, like within the week of earnings, is usually not a good sign. We didn't get
Yeah.
anything from AMD other than, from investors expecting good things, which is good.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get something nice today. It's not going to take long. It's just like if AMD does great tonight and Google does great tomorrow, then we are bug. We are like
Yeah.
we are bug,
Correct.
But if Google for somehow shows a cloud slowdown, then it's a shit show.
Yeah, Graham. The whole market is taking a hit today, even silver.
Yeah.
Silver was. I mean, like it took a little bit of a tumble down, right? The question is just like, is that the second dip that we get, and then we just go lower, or we bounce from here, right? Mimi has been trading silver like good. I think she got out of it at the beat here. Come on.
Those are
So
difficult to trade, especially when you buy at these levels. They are like very tricky to trade.
it's 218.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, look, so that's 117 plus 89 equals 206 plus 15 221. So they're okay. Yeah, Demetrius is happy. So this passes in theory if fucking Republicans really, dude, pass the thing. God dang. It's even the Republicans that are no voting. $134 plus 69 plus 15. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. We have a problem. Yeah, they said passing. Wow. Insanity. Up. He's a nail biter. This is exciting. Are there 3 vacancies? Wow. No, in the house. Oh wow. So there's 3 vacancies right now. Wow. We're gonna be a nail biter. Wow, man. Yeah, but that was supposed to be at 4 today, and for some reason they haven't met yet, so it's weird. It's very, very weird. But you'll have to say something. The thing is, it's like I think market is also the fact that Iran, the strike on Iran, man, holy market is moving today. But yeah, it's crazy. Like waiting to see, but yeah, there you go. They might not get the vote on this. That's why the market is negative. I don't think they get the vote. So I wonder if we have a delay here, but Dang. You need one Democrat and all Republicans to vote. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, you need one more. Crap. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Whoop, whoop. They got it. They got it. And they got it. Yeah, it was the Iran thing. I think it was the Iran thing. And then the fact that maybe this doesn't pass. Iran and U.S. tensions, AI fears was the start of the day. Then we saw it get a little bit worse. There's really no news around AI right now, other than we're seeing the CEOs kind of move out and speak. I think it started yesterday with the tensions between OpenAI and NVIDIA. And then we also got the Iran strike sort of created fear. So as you see, like it's oil and energy and utilities was all. If you look at the futures, you can see where the money was moving. Crude was up after the strike. And yeah, we just saw like a risk off sentiment. We're very close. We are very close. Come on, 2 more votes. Just pass it. Just pass it. Just pass it. Just be done with it. Come on. Just
On
press the
this
button.
vote, the yeas are 217 and nays are 214. Without objection, the motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. All right.
The motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Freaking America. Yeah. The U.S. shut down an Iranian drone, which is just like it's an information drone. Reconnaissance is what it's called. And the market freaked out because this is increasing tensions. This could be negative, right? Again, the Iranians have the right to kind of like have a look at what's around, and the Americans have the right to be America. So they just shut down the drone. I think market's taking it a little bit more pessimistic than I thought. We also have a ton of earnings and a ton of data that we're paying attention to. So that's sort of what I'm thinking is. Well, look, motion to reconsider. And then they're voting for the government shutdown. So this is another fear. It's funny because there was one more vote. But yeah, this was the big thing that kind of dropped markets, at least in my opinion. We'll see. I thought they could get it. I thought they were going to get the vote. We're so close. Right? 217. Like just wait.
On this vote, the yeas are 217. And nays are 214. Without objection, the motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Adopted. Without objection, the motion.
That's so nuts. So they're going to vote again. They literally did it in one vote. No worries. No worries, Sui Pablo. Market's sort of bouncing off this. The fact that it was so close. Motherfuckers. Bro, just one vote. Freaking hell. Just open up the government so we can get some data. Fuck. We might get a bounce here. They might open it up today. That'd be pretty nutty. I've been buying in this dip. I didn't buy the last one. You'll never invest alone. It's not the Fed, dude. This is not the Fed. This is the house. So I like take me with a grain of salt. It's like every single time, like I get better at it, but I'm still bad at it. So usually for a bill to get through, like either the Senate or the House has to like go through it, and then one has to agree, and then the other one has to agree, and then it can go back to the other house if there is changes that needed to be agreed upon, and then it goes back to the president, and then it gets signed into law, right? So right now we've passed the Senate, like the House voted, the Senate voted. They made some changes though. Now the House has to agree on those changes, which they have the Republicans have a majority, so they should get this pretty easily. But some of the Republicans are saying no, and then they're getting that and turning it into law, and they're sending it to president. But this is a funding bill, so right now we're wondering if the government is going to get funded today, which I'm so baffled by the fact that they were a vote away to get this done. So I wonder how close we truly are. Market things were closer because it pretty much like turned around a little bit. Like not much, but a bit. Man, that's so ugly. So yeah. Insane. And this is this is what I'm paying attention to. Welcome to my life. You see? Bounce. Just because they are gonna do it again. So I don't know. But I didn't understand it because they were like, motion to pass was successful, blah blah blah. So I don't know if it's like a thing. You know what I mean? No, this is not ICE. Dude. This is government shutdown. ICE. He says.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
Right. Let's have a look at what they say. Because I don't know all of the technicalities and stuff that they say. Like I've been keeping up every single time they do a government shutdown and stuff.
For what
But I'm not.
purpose does the gentleman from Nebraska seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Armed Services be discharged from further consideration of the bill, H.R. 7211, and ask for its immediate consideration in the House.
The clerk will report the title of the bill.
H.R. 7211, a bill to authorize the President to award the Medal of Honor to John W. Ripley for acts of valor during the Vietnam War and for the purposes.
They didn't shut it down.
Is there objection to the consideration of the bill? Without objection, the bill is engrossed, read a third time, and passed, and the motion
they
to
approved
reconsider
it.
is laid on the table.
No. They fixed it. They fixed it.
Purpose is the
Yeah.
gentleman from Nebraska seek recognition.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Armed Services be discharged from further consideration of the bill, H.R. 3377, and ask for its immediate consideration in the House.
The clerk will report the title of the bill.
I don't understand the dynamics. I need to like read up on these better. But yeah, they funded the government. I think the shutdown is over. It is over. It is over. Ladies and gentlemen, shutdown is over. Back to business. I was gonna get so mad at the fact that I was gonna get so mad.
H.R. 33,
Let her start reading the amendment.
So it passed, right? I'm so confused. It passed. This is good news. Market should bounce a little bit off this. Great. Welcome to another episode of Market Buzz. Insane. So we're back in business, right? Oh, I want to hear. Right. So, yes. A lot of Republicans voted against it too. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I did great. I was so beat up, dude. I couldn't move. I'm so old. Dragons is in the house. There was a buying opportunity. There was a buying opportunity. I bought here. I think it's a buying opportunity. And if AMD does well today, if AMD does well today, it's nuts. And then what else do we have? Like there's a couple of trades in the dockets today. For show. I have a feeling SMCI finally could do something. SMCI. Maybe. I don't know. They're so cheap right now. It's like, so it's like we are pretty cheap, but they've just like, it's just, they still have to get their shit together. So then the question will be like, do they get it here? So I bought a small position. It's not a small position, actually. It's pretty decent. Oh, damn. It's pretty sizable position, but it's good. I mean, like that's it. Like it's based on the fact that they took down an Iranian military drone, and it's like, is that a big deal? Like the market didn't come down this much when there was freaking like actual bombs into their nuclear sites. The market didn't care. And we really like this matters. It's outrageous. Like it's not a sign of, it's just like they're scouting just to actually check. Yeah, I know. I think Microsoft's a good buy. I think the whole market's a good buy right now, but well, I could be wrong. I could be so wrong. No.
And hardware. No wonder they need AI data centers that large. And running the shop at that scale does allow for more parallelism that make things a lot more efficient, which is covered in my previous. So while buying server-grade graphics cards might not make too much sense just yet, if either the graphics cards costs go down more or models become so efficient, it might actually start to make sense, assuming neoclouds and inference providers don't drop their pricing accordingly, which they most likely will.
Yeah, 100%. The Cisco AI Summit. Ooh, that was Jensen in there. Oh, wow. Blue Owl. I knew about Blue Owl already.
Everyone knows NVIDIA's biggest, baddest.
You know what I really want them to do, which they still haven't done? Yeah, it's Ghana. The thing is, this is Ghana. Because the problem is like Microsoft doesn't have anything. Like, right? Like they're just thinking, like, I think the consumer is just thinking, hey, like they're investing in this. Copilot is shit. OpenAI is shit. There's no clients. They're gonna lose money on this, which is a maybe. I'm not saying it's not. It's a maybe. But yeah.
least affordable card for gamers, the RTX 5090. But not everyone knows there's an even bigger, even better monster of a card that is so expensive that NVIDIA, a trillion-dollar company, never submitted it for review. And I finally got my hands on one thanks to Falcon Northwest. Meet the RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell, a $10,000 GPU that's designed to take on anything from professional rendering to AI workloads to, yeah, I guess it could game in its spare time. It's the kind of ludicrous hardware that makes you want to say, holy shit. But what am I going to do with it? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Benchmark the stuffing out of it and use it to build the fastest gaming PC on the planet. And also try to take over the world. With the segue for sponsor, CodeRabbit. AI coding tools can be great, but reviewing AI-generated PRs often creates bottlenecks. CodeRabbit is meant to act as your AI co-pilot and help fix this issue with context-aware automated reviews to save your team time.
Until 2026, we're already in 2026. So I give them to you and that's it. But market's down again. Market's down again. Like if that's the only reason why, I just don't get it. Let me have a look at what Walter Bloomberg has said. Holy. You want a bond? A Market Bus bond? Here at Market Bus, we are looking to fund our enterprise. In today's episode, we'll be asking to fund the government. Oh man. Hey man, 10K? Crazy. What you buy, Mara? So down today.
Get started today using the link in the video description. Let's start with a quick rundown of the absolutely wild specs on this thing. Compared to the RTX 5090, which I remind you is already head and shoulders faster than the nearest competitor from Team Red, the RTX Pro 6000 has 10% more CUDA cores, 10% more Tensor AI cores, and 10% more ray tracing cores. Now, typically these fatter professional versions of a GPU with more of the cores active would sacrifice some clock speed in order to keep power under control. Not today! Instead, we get an 8% increase to its rated boost clock speed. And while, unlike some of NVIDIA's other professional cards, it has only the same 512-bit memory bus and rated bandwidth, its memory capacity is literally triple at 96 gigabytes of GDDR7 VRAM. Spoiler?
That's very that's very, what's it called? That's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very disciplined of you.
This will result in measurably better performance in very demanding workloads, but a power budget for all that VRAM could end up holding this card back in cases where it isn't needed. The cherry on top of all of that is the extra 9th generation NVENC encoder and 2 additional 6th gen NVENC decoders for media professionals. Let's take a closer look at the card, or should I say, this version of the card, because kind of like how gaming GPUs can come in different configurations, the RTX Pro 6000 comes in 3 distinct flavors. A fanless one, which is designed to be installed in servers where the case provides the airflow, and then 2 fan-cooled ones. A 300-watt Max-Q workstation edition, the traditional dual-slot blower fan for stacked installations, and the 600-watt workstation beast that I have in my hands now that seems, at least on the surface, to use the same compact board design as the RTX 5090, which allows it to have 2 blow-through fans for just outstanding GPU cooling, although that comes at the cost of sharding all of that hot air onto your other system components like SSDs, RAM, and your CPU. Since we're on the subject of downsides, it also uses that same 12-volt 2x6 power connector that's been known to melt. I sincerely hope that NVIDIA will just go back to regular pins next time. Or, hear me out, they could adopt my solution. God, this is a good-looking game when it's cranked. With the card on the bench, it's time to talk performance, and this ends up being surprisingly complicated. See, if I were to game at 1080p, I could expect a 7% performance increase over the RTX 5090 in Black Myth Wukong, which we can chalk up to this card just being gosh darn plain better in every way. But then in return, we're looking at an 11% difference that, wait, is this graph wrong? The 5090
You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Mara will give you the 10K. God will provide. God will provide.
is the one on top. Weird, right? For multiple games at 1080p, the clearly better card fails to pull ahead of its slower cousin. Upon further investigation, it seems that our RTX 5090 managed to hit higher boost clocks in some games, which
If I
goes to show you
didn't
guys
have
that
to
up
pay
to
taxes-
clock speeds really don't tell the whole story. So good news for gamers who don't need to spring for a $10,000 GPU then, right? Surely there's
I would've
gotta be more to the
sold
story,
it.
right? Of course there is. Let's crank things up a notch by gaming instead at 1440p where, oh shit, the RTX Pro 6000 now takes a small but measurable lead overall. And some of those differences are pretty big. Look at Counter-Strike 2. It goes from near identical to winning by nearly 6% if we look at the all-important 1% low frame times. But does this trend continue at 4K? Bet your cute butt it does. What? I said you have a cute butt. Okay, just take a compliment. The RTX Pro 6000 has gone... The RTX Pro 6000 has gone from losing in Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p to winning at 1440p to winning by 15% at 4K. And there are multiple games where we see a greater than 10% advantage for our professional card. If you want to take a more leisurely look at these...
I was surprised that the market moved like this today. It's just like it's just across the board. Might take the L and a couple of plays on here today.
results, by the way, head over to lttlabs.com for the companion article. We'll have that link down below, along with the link to LTT store where you
yeah.
can't get this hoodie or this t-shirt, but you can get these pants.
How is Adobe actually performing today? I'm gonna look at something. It's just back down, I think. Not even that much, which is crazy. But we should find a floor with the news and then get Trump to sign up on that. And hopefully they give the data. If they don't give us the unemployment data, are they not gonna give us unemployment data to on Friday? They should 100% give us that, no? Have a look. BLS. USA. We should be tomorrow. That's great. It only lasted a day. Yeah, I know. It's gonna continue to get downgraded, but I just don't think like it's easy to downgrade when it's already down, you know. But it's getting downgraded to 330. It's still like so much upside from here. I don't know. I think they've done well. 7% down on Adobe. Insane. I'm so glad I sold. Like I had a 2x ETF and I sold out of it. I would have been like it was a ADVG, I think it is. Yeah, this one. Yep. I sold like a 7 something, 8 something, I think. So I'm glad I sold. Now, big question today. Do we bounce today? Big thing. My expectations. All right, let's have a look. SMCI. Did it enter? Okay, so SMCI. Ooh, shit. Will SMCI bounce today? Yes. SMCI will bounce today. Now, this tells me that the current price is like $4. So we're expecting a what? Almost like a 12% move, implied move today. Which is pretty nutty, right? SMCI. Then we have AMD. Let's have a look at AMD. AMD, I don't have any calls on AMD. Hey, ooh, damn. Okay, so AMD is expected to move around 10% today. So is Trump going to sign this with the Colombian president today? I'm super surprised. Like the company, like if the company continues its growth trajectory, it's expected to do fantastic. Then Enphase is another one. What's Enphase implied move? Enphase has been in trouble. $4. It's around another 12% move. It's like volatility is so crazy this earnings season, you know. Oh, wow. I don't understand why they're hating on each other here so much. It's like, and now they're like kissing ass too. I don't understand.
Find it, that should raise some pretty big alarms. And within the creative community, YouTube is just a very different platform than Netflix.
That's what we were talking about. I was talking about it with Dimitris. I was like AMD is like playing catch up, right? Like if we go, I don't know if it will.
Bitcoin in latest fall hits lowest since early November 2024, last down 4.7%.
Right? So it's like this is a cup and handle. We love cup and handles in here. First of all. Second of all. AMD, yeah. So if we go to the financials, right? Like normally AMD. Oh, AMD has done really well in the last 3 earnings. A week after is 9%, 5%, 5%. There. Right? So it's like we're expecting EPS, earnings per shares to be pretty solid, right? Q4 is 134, and then potentially if this gets increased, it'd be good. Because we don't want to see any slowdown. Right, but the H100.
Iran's FAR news agency says that an Iranian drone completed a surveillance mission in international waters after U.S. military said it shot down an Iranian drone.
Yeah, it's just a surveillance mission. Like they weren't trying to attack it. That's what I think. Like if the market's down, like I bought it for a bounce tomorrow. Now, is it because of AMD? Maybe. I just don't know, right? Because AMD still has to like deal with their new chips, and I think that the new lineup of chips comes halfway through the year. Well, look, ChatGPT, ChatGPT, ChatGPT. I need to read that. Can you tell me when does the lineup of AI chips of AMD come out? Their next gen? So is the MI300 series is deployed now. And the MI400 series, 2026. So which one is the one that is expected to bring a ton of revenue for them? No, it's the MI300. Yeah. ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Yeah, I love it. That's fire.
I love AI. Do you use AI? Absolutely. Do you use ChatGPT? Do you love ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT. I love it. ChatGPT is fantastic. It's so nice. ChatGPT. What do you use it for? What do you use it for? Well, I'm writing various books, and but I just use it. I just ask questions. You know that the answer, but ChatGPT always says, "Oh, your questions are clever. You're brilliant. You're excellent. You have such insight," and I love it. And it's so, and I think I see great promise in this technology because, we're all simple, we're human beings. Looking after the elderly costs an absolute fortune. Looking after the people with disabilities, everything, the welfare thing. If you have automated systems that can engage with people and say, "Oh, Mrs. Miggins, it's time for your pill. You need to do this.
He's hilarious.
Do you need any help with your shopping? I can get you somebody." Oh, suddenly you're going to be able to bring the costs down.
Yeah. He fucked up the UK a lot. It's so funny, dude. Look, oh, wow.
When I hosted Have I Got News for You last year, 7 people telephoned the BBC to say I was a very poor presenter. When my guest tonight hosted it, 85 people rang up and said he was an excellent presenter. He is the Conservative MP for Henley, he's editor of The Spectator, and it seems he's 92 times better than me at hosting topical news quizzes. Ladies and gentlemen, Boris Johnson!
That's hilarious.
Thank you. This Have I Got News for You malarkey.
Yes.
It's tricky, isn't it?
Very tricky. I mean, tricky for me at least, anyway.
Well, it was tricky. It was trying to remember which bit you were supposed to be looking at any given time. I think Angus Deaton earned his money.
I think they should bring back Angus.
Well, who thinks we should bring back Angus?
I think they should bring back Angus. Yes. Not bring back hanging, but bring back Angus.
Yeah. The thing I've got to find out, though, really, is most politicians, as far as I can work out, are pretty incompetent and then have a veneer of competence.
Yes.
You do seem to do it the other way around.
Yes. Oh, you can't rule out the possibility that, beneath the elaborately constructed veneer of a, blithering idiot, there lurks a blithering idiot.
Well, which is it? Are you a
No, of course not. No, my dear fellow.
What's this about you driving a tractor through a barn, then?
Yes, it's perfectly true that this is a long time ago. If you've ever driven a tractor very fast.
No, nobody has.
Well, this was actually rather fast by my standards. Massey Ferguson tractor. It had a great many very complicated gears. And at the crucial moment, I couldn't remember which gear was the one you used when you wanted to slow down. And I just, a sort of blankness descended and I went out through the back of the barn and...
through the wall?
Yeah. Yeah. And anyway, it was all right in the end.
That's crazy. I'm gonna watch the BBC. This is so true. Damn. Oh, I thought Adobe was down. I was like, oh, even Novo. Did you see the Novo drop? This is Graham and Dragos. We were talking about this earlier, me and Dimitris. Novo Nordisk takes a massive plunge to the downside. It's crazy. It is pretty rowdy, the move, you know. Oh, shit. Robinhood launches UK stocks and shares ISA with 0 platform fees and a 2% cash bonus on eligible contributions through April 22. Whoa, that's crazy. That's great. Yeah, Rocket Mortgage, really nice bounce today. Couldn't hold. But I mean, it's still up, but it couldn't hold it. I think it was like 12% on the day. MP Materials. Well, the $20 billion reserve, the American reserve, like peanuts in the grand scheme of things, but market didn't care. In the Arabian Sea. Holy fuck. So I was wondering why it was so down. It's Nvidia down 5% of the day. Oh my god, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt tomorrow. That sucks. Holy man. The whole sector is taking a massive tumble today. It's just a route to safety today. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. He did sign on it. He did sign on it. I think it's 20 billion. It's nothing, but yeah. It's just insane. Amazon down, Google down, Netflix down, all of it down. Like if you're tech, you're down. It's funny because Cisco's up. Western Digital is up, which is
Iran's
hilarious.
Tasnim news agency says connection with drone in international waters was lost. Reason for connection loss unknown.
Are they for real? The reason for because they shut it down. Because they shut it down, dude. Insane. eToro's down drastically. Crypto's down. It's just risk off sentiment. Like, I think the market is believing that there will be like a major strike with Iran here. Like, yup.
Brent crude
Tell 'em.
futures settle at $67.33 a barrel, up $1.03 or 1.55%.
Yeah, it has 100%. It's been bad, dude. It's been bad today. Like, it's just tag today, but it's just like it does feel like a continuation of the down. Like, so maybe today is the low, and then I mean, like, we have like take into consideration the Iranian thing, earnings, unemployment data. There's just so many things this week. So the market is just not happy. Just take money on the table, ask questions, like, shoot first, ask questions later. Yeah. You know which one has paid me really well? Target. I have a Target at here. What's my average on Target? My average on Target is
Nvidia shares extend decline to 5%, most intraday since November 25th.
It's a massive drop. It's 5%. Holy shit. I'm down 10% on that. Damn. Nasty day. Nasty. Huh. Emphasis up. Well, look at what they said here. Yeah, because they shut it down. We don't know why we lost connection with the drop because they shut it down. Like, the thing is like they're Sam Altman is either a genius or the biggest con man the world has ever seen. One of the two, right? And he's in such a position that he has become so essential in the AI trade that all of the AI companies have to do business with him because he can't. Ay, guys, so good. This so tired. So tired of winning. It's gonna bounce here. I think we bounce. I think we bounce here. Even Nvidia is finding a floor here. Do I have any NVIDIA calls or did I have to? I don't. Huh. I'll look at something here. Yeah, suck it dick. Holy fuck, this expensive. Yeah, crypto market is expecting a bounce here. It's massive volume. It's very high volume. Not gonna lie, but holy smokes today. It's like, why would you say such a thing? You know, so it's like, yeah, like you have to be. The thing is like, if you don't want to spend and keep up with your capex, you're in trouble. But if OpenAI falls, you're also in trouble because it's like they're too big to fail right now. So you can't, like, you gotta respend the money. You gotta give them the compute. You gotta give them the inference. You gotta give them the energy. You have to. It's so interesting how big he became. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's like there's fears right now, and it's like, oh, like we're just waiting for like a bad news or something, and I just don't see it yet. I just don't see it. But I mean, it sucks. Today sucks. That's for sure. NVIDIA calls are way too expensive. 10 days, $500. Get out of here. Down 50%, even though. I look at NVDL for January 15, so a year from now. 346 days. How much are they? That's not nuts. Could NVIDIA increase by 15%? I don't know, crazy. Could we get a bounce on NVIDIA here? 100% we could. Oh, wow. For 80, that's 106. 106 would be a $20 move. 26 out of 80 is around, let's say 30%. That's an NVDL, so that's 15% from here. 15% from here is 15% from here is what? By the way, I think we get a bounce at the end of the day. 26. NVIDIA's recovered 1%. Insane. Already. Wow. 15% on NVIDIA right now. It's sitting at 178. Like, let's say 180. 180 is 18 plus 9. 27. $27 to the current price. Going to be at 207 by the end of the year. That's 207. That's very doable by the end of the year. You get out of here. We have an hour until we get AMD. I bet you we get a bounce from here. Or maybe we go lower. Maybe we go lower. Holy smokes. I got a pretty decent position on TQs. That's a 53, so we're talking about a pretty decent balance tomorrow. I am baffled by this. ChatGPT. Ooh.
Networks such as the Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, Food Network, and HGTV. As the media landscape evolved over the past several decades, Discovery expanded its focus on digital media, delivering high-quality content across a range of platforms in addition to cable. In 2022, Discovery merged with Warner Media, which was then being spun off from AT&T to create Warner Brothers Discovery. This history exemplifies the dramatic and dynamic changes we have experienced in the entertainment landscape over the past 100 years. Today, those changes are only accelerating as consumers access video content through numerous paid and ad-supported services. Consumers are experiencing a flood of options, including expanded social media platforms, digital and interactive games, and dozens of other entertainment options that compete for consumers' interest and attention. This increasingly complicated media landscape has also resulted in considerable consumer frustration. The abundance of streaming options has made it more challenging for consumers to find the content they want. Advertising revenue is also less stable due to marketplace changes such as the move to on-demand streaming services and the rise of social media. At Warner Brothers Discovery, we have continuously sought to innovate and respond to the changing marketplace. The 2022 merger gave us the ability to identify and align common business strategies. We found our alignment with our combined collection of sports, news, and other cable networks. And we saw a different collection of business opportunities with our studios and streaming business. We concluded that the company would be best served by separating the studios and streaming division from news, sports, and entertainment networks, such as CNN, TBS, and HGTV. Last summer, we announced plans to split into two companies, Warner Brothers and Discovery Global. The separation strategy was designed to position...
I don't care. I'll read the summary tomorrow. I really don't care. That's today. Like, this doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. He has a crying face.
If you ask your average Brit what's gone wrong in the UK, they'll probably mention high taxes, the near perma-crisis in the NHS, maybe the cost of living or student loans. They're unlikely, however, to mention energy, despite the fact that the UK currently
Is he
suffers
on?
from some...
Is he on? 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 I'm not hearing it. Let's have a look at Trump's schedule. No, he doesn't like CNN. I thought it was live.
Some of the highest energy prices in the world, and that this has a pernicious effect on the economy more broadly. So in this video, we're going to look at the UK's oft overlooked but very serious energy crisis, how we got here, and why, depressing as this might be, there is a silver lining. We're in the process of clearing out our store, so we're running a fire sale right now. Using code FIRESALE, you can get 40% off all of our posters, notebooks, calendars, magnets, key rings, Brexit, the colouring book, the lot. The offer ends very soon, so click the link in the description for more. So let's get straight into it. This is a bit of a generalization, but broadly speaking, energy consumption can be split into two forms. Direct fuel consumption, which includes burning fuels for stuff like transport and heating, and electricity consumption, which accounts for an ever-growing share of total energy consumption. The
Nico,
UK
did you
doesn't
eat?
do too badly on the first front. Petrol prices
Nico,
in
get
the
some
UK,
food.
for instance,
Eat.
are broadly on a par with the rest of Europe, as are
Nico.
industrial gas prices. It's on
Turn
the
on
second
the
front,
kitchen
however,
heater.
where things look rubbish. Electricity in the UK is, to be frank, stupidly expensive. According to UK government data, electricity costs 27 pence per kilowatt hour for industrial users, the highest in the developed world by some distance, and 30 pence per kilowatt hour for domestic users, second only to Germany. It didn't used to be this way. As recently as the early 2010s, UK electricity prices weren't much higher than elsewhere. It's hard to overstate quite how terrible this is for the UK economy. High electricity costs have contributed to the UK's acute deindustrialisation, pushed up inflation, and crippled total energy consumption, which generally correlates with lower overall GDP. Ironically, high electricity prices also make it harder to decarbonise because they discourage electrification. So, what went wrong? Well, commentators often blame the UK's so-called marginal pricing system. For context, every 30 minutes there's an auction where electricity generators submit bids, essentially describing at what price they could generate electricity. The system operator then ranks each generator by price, and then goes up that ranking saying, yes, we'll need your electricity and your electricity and your electricity until they've got enough to meet demand. Importantly, however, in a marginal pricing system, the wholesale price of electricity is set by the most expensive source required. There are at least two problems with this system. First, while it made sense when most of our electricity was produced by burning fossil fuels, and there wasn't much difference in cost across generators, it makes less sense now that our electricity comes from lots of different sources offering very different prices.
Yeah.
If, for instance, solar generators say they can generate at 5 pence per kilowatt hour, and gas generators say 20 pence, unless solar and wind can power up the entire UK, the system operator ends up paying 20 pence per kilowatt hour, even though the average generation cost is way lower. The second problem is that, because solar, wind, and other sources are rarely plentiful enough to meet total demand, the UK usually needs gas generators to step in, who end up setting the wholesale price. In fact, according to a paper published by UCL in 2023, between 2015 and 2021, gas ended up setting the wholesale price 98% of the time in the UK, more than any other European country. This leaves the UK electricity market uniquely vulnerable to changes in international gas prices, as we saw after Putin's invasion of Ukraine, and explains why wholesale electricity prices have broadly tracked international gas prices in recent years. So you get the idea. People often blame the UK's sky-high electricity prices on our marginal pricing system, and the fact that, in this system, gas generators usually end up setting the price. But this isn't a sufficient explanation for at least two reasons. For starters, this alone doesn't explain why prices are so high. After all, lots of other countries also rely on gas. According to that paper we just mentioned, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Greece all rely on gas at least 80% of the time. Furthermore, that paper probably understates other countries' reliance on gas, because when countries like Ireland import electricity to meet demand, they're usually implicitly relying on gas, and when other countries like Spain use hydropower, this is often essentially price-matched to gas. And yet, all these countries enjoy significantly lower electricity prices than the UK. So, why is this? Well, quite a lot of this has to do with the fact that the marginal pricing system is even more broken than we just implied. This is because once the system operator has accepted the bids and decided who gets paid, they then look at a map to see if this is actually going to work. Sometimes it doesn't. Quite often, for instance, all the wind farms in Scotland are generating lots of cheap electricity, but our grid can't carry all that electricity down to where it's needed, in more populated southern areas. This means that, quite often, Scottish wind farms have their bids accepted, but the operator then says, sorry, the grid can't actually carry your electricity down to where it's needed. These wind farms still get paid because they had their bids accepted, but they don't actually generate any electricity. The operator then has to go find another generator nearer the demand centres to fill the gap, which will be, by definition, even more expensive. Again, a few decades ago, this wasn't really a problem because our coal and gas-powered stations were spread relatively evenly throughout the UK. But it's becoming more of a problem with time, both because renewables are generally concentrated in certain geographically convenient areas and because our grid is outdated, with these so-called balancing costs expected to quadruple between 2022 and 2026.
So it's not bad.
You get the idea. It's not just our reliance on gas, it's also our uniquely dysfunctional energy market. But this all points to an even deeper question. Why are we so reliant on gas in the first place?
My mom's
Well, this is a difficult question and would probably require a whole other video. But the TLDR is that there aren't any easy alternatives. Our nuclear industry, for instance, is massively overregulated, as evidenced by the high and rising cost of plant construction. Solar doesn't work brilliantly in the UK because while solar panels are
That's hilarious because in the UK, you got money if you put in the heating on. It's like crazy.
becoming incredibly cheap, it's just not that sunny here. The UK is pretty windy, but the cost of new wind farms is actually rising, at least according to the most recent government auctions. So that's at least a partial explanation of why energy prices in the UK are so high. As a final thing, there is a massive silver lining here, namely that it is frankly astonishing that we are as rich as we are while using as little energy as we do. Usually, energy consumption tracks GDP per capita. The UK is one of very few countries to break this trend. Our energy consumption has plummeted, and yet our GDP per capita has held steady. Today, our GDP per unit of energy is better than that of every other large economy, implying that, with even slightly more plentiful energy, the UK could be one of the richest countries in the world. Now, if you've stuck around this long, chances are you're passionate about learning and bettering yourself through.
Well, they spoke.
If we learned anything in economics, what we learned is productivity gains are the predecessor to wage gains. This is the most productivity enhancing wave of our lifetimes, past, present, and future. The way I think about it is the cost of curiosity is now zero.
Thank you for joining us today, Kevin. Today, our goal is to talk about some interesting set of topics, from crypto to AI to governance. You've had an incredibly distinguished career. Obviously, your undergrad here, a law degree from Harvard, Morgan Stanley, then you were the youngest ever member of the Federal Reserve. And obviously today, you are working at the family office for Stan Druckenmiller. And so many other accomplishments. When I was looking through your career section of your Wikipedia page, I was wondering, how does Kevin do this many things at the same time? So obviously you've had an incredible career. But first, I would love to spend a little bit of time on your childhood, and would love to learn a little bit about, when you look back at your childhood,
the government doesn't have to be perfect. Our government doesn't even have to be pretty good.
When you've been gains, the AI boom, the US had to lose, companies get it wrong, the real power of AI.
Reason. You think that you've recruited the best talent to your company. So what does AI do? It lets them do more things, expand the remit of what's possible, let you build more products, expand the universe of what you can do. So the 5-year plan might have become a 2-year plan. You're not replacing people. You're letting that person do more. And so the history of technology, which you know, is it's not machine replacing person. It's person and machine doing things together that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. And the radical thing about this new technology is it's accessible for everybody. And they don't need to be the computer coder you once were to do it. They can pick up the phone, they can ask a question, and they can explore things in sort of an unstructured way. And for the economy, that's where the big bang comes from. It's that gotcha moment that's exciting. And so again, the question
depends what am I looking for. So if it's a trade, it's pretty set on stone. Depending on the risk level that I assign to the trade, it's usually like 15% at the most, and then I go down to 10, 5, and 2. Or 1, actually, depending on the risk level. And usually the risk level, it's like whether it's options or whether it's other stuff. And then if it's a long-term investment, I sometimes just cycle in and I put money in, create an initial position and increase it. It tends to be around sort of like 10% of my portfolio, 5% of my portfolio, depending on what. Usually just to get any exposure, it's like 1% of the portfolio, and then I go from there. Let me have a look, actually. Like I have smaller positions, but those are positions that are actually like losing money. So it's like depending on what. So it's like a percentage, I would say, most likely. But rules change. Nico, what are you doing? So yeah, for me, it's like it depends, right? Like if I create a market's bouncing, I called it. I didn't trade this. I'm so mad. The thing is just like, so, okay. So this is what my dad told me, and take this with a kilo of salt because it's like the way that I analyze it. It's not like set in stone, but it's like risk is 2 things, right? The probability of something happening and then the damage that it can create, right? So if I have a 99% chance of something getting lost, like losing, but the cost is going to be 1%, the risk, like, it's going to be very low, right? So for example, like I have a like 99% chance of losing a coin toss, and the coin toss is $1. Who cares, right? So the risk in that case doesn't really matter. You can mitigate risk by the position sizing, right? But if you think, for example, like if you're very bullish and all of your research is telling you and your conviction levels are higher, then I tend to lean towards more volume. So you increase the amount of money and risk that you're putting in through the position size, right? So you have both of those. There are different ways, like discounted cash flow models you can like run if you're looking for like a valuation and you're thinking, okay, maybe this company is fairly valued, right? price history, all of these different things you can analyze. But the reality is that the price is what it is today based on a set of actions taken by the market, and you have to figure that out. But I'm an economist, and in economics, we say that everything is in equilibrium and something is expected to change. So if you can sort of predict or kind of like assign like a probability, I like to set probabilities, even though they're not like real probabilities. It's like, Nico, come here. Nico. He's scratching the wall. But yeah, so for me, it's like depending on the conviction, right? So like the more research, like for example, like the nat gas rate, like I was very bullish on nat gas, but I still don't understand the asset class. So I didn't go in fully heavy. It was a heavy position for me, but it wasn't like a position like Google, for example, or Nvidia, where I went in like heavy because I was like, look, like everything is telling me that this is going to continue to the upside, right? I've done the research. I've analyzed, I've studied, I've looked at market dynamics, I've been keeping up with the price. I'm confident on this position, so it changes based on that. But I have different portfolios. So I'll have like a long-term portfolio, and that's run very
According to
differently
NOAA
than the
News,
short-term
Iran's foreign
portfolio.
ministry spokesperson says consultations for venue discussions with the US are underway.
So yeah, long-term and short-term portfolios are different, right? Short-term is a little bit more active. And I try to that's where the first breakdown runs, right? Which is like based on the position size. I'm kind of, I'll have an X amount of positions on it. If I'm not sure, I'll tend to go for low risk, get a little bit of exposure in. And if I'm very confident, I'll go more, right? So yeah, I mitigate risk both by position size and conviction. But that's arbitrary. Come here. Come here. Come here. Go here.
Colombia's President Petro tells Caracol Radio that he and Trump discussed exporting Venezuelan gas. So a reminder with Trump, he is supposed to be participating in signing time, but he also did have his meeting with the president. So this is comments from the Colombian president, probably at his press conference.
Come here.
Or just before his press conference.
So yeah. So if I think, for example, on options, sometimes I'll go like 1% of my portfolio. And it's like, I'm allowed to get 100 positions wrong before I lose my whole portfolio. And even that, not the case, because it's like, it'll keep moving. So it's like, how many times do I get to stay alive? So then it's expected value, right? Like I'm hoping to have positive expected value in this case, right? I don't know if you've ever played like, right? Like the difference between gambling and investing is that your expected value is positive. That's it, right? So one way to think about it is a heads and tails kind of game, right? If you have a 50-50, the expected value of any trade, let's say you bet $1 and you win $1, you lose $1, the expected value is 50 cents, right? So every time you throw the coin, you're expected to break even. Sorry, right? So it's the expected value is 0. If you can win $1, lose $1, because it's 50 cents, 50 cents, right? But in investing, the theory is that every time you throw the coin, kind of thing, right, in an index or whatever, you're going to win 1.1. So that's the thing. So for me, I don't I'm a day trader very rarely, but I am a day trader sometimes. Like sometimes there are opportunities in the day that you just find, like for example, today, like Nvidia was down to 5% and the NASDAQ is bouncing off the lows, right? So it's like, okay, so let's see. So you have 26.5 and then, okay, you have one. So you have like 26, like, right? So let's say, for example, just for making it easy, let's say you have 26 and then you have like out of that, let's say you have 25 and then 1,000 for short term, right? sure. The thing is like your short term, like what are you expecting to get here, right? So it's like if you're putting in 500, the thing is many people get this wrong, right? So it's like, let's say for example, you buy Nvidia, right? And you put in $1,000 in Nvidia, just to give you like easy round numbers, right? You're not really risking $1,000, right? You're really risking 10% or 20%. Let's say, for example, today the stock dropped 5%. You're really risking 5% of the position, right? And obviously, you're not going to risk it. So, like the chances of Nvidia dropping 50% in a day are very, very low, right? So it's like they could, it 100% could happen, but the chances of you risking that much money is not really there. So yeah, that's the thing. Like it depends. So for example, like if you're going with leverage, like I don't like trading leverage, right? Because leverage is magnifies your position sizing. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay sort of in a like you want to stay alive in this game. You know what I mean? Like you want to stay alive in this game more than anything else.
Iran says planning has been carried out to hold negotiations with the US over the coming days.
Right. And then you sort of like are trading and you're hoping to get it right. But the chances are like on a day trade, like it's a 50-50. In all honesty, it's like a 50-50, 90% of the time. So that's the thing. I am fully against that, right? Because it's like a 20x position is like, that means that you're day trading on a 20x position. You're going to get liquidated with a 5% drop. You know? It's like, yeah, it's great when it goes up and you get it right. But then the thing is like, what tells you that there's not a hedge fund behind that just moves the price for you and you're stuck, right? So it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that amount of leverage. Like there are positions in which I go leverage. Like my options trade, I went almost 300x leverage. But it's with a position that I'm okay with taking a hit on. You know what I mean? So it's like, for example, right? Like I bought TQQQ, right? This is a triple leverage NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ on a daily basis is moving what? Right now, this is a 3x. So the NASDAQ is moving 2% today. This is down 6%. Great. Right now, it's hitting resistance or whatever, XYZ. But if you go into the options, right, you can actually go in here, right? The thing is, it's like you can do it, but then you might get liquidated and you got to take the hit on those, you know? But for example, if you had done that with options, just the value of the contract would have gone to zero. And then that's okay. So it's like, for example, right now, if I wanted to buy TQQQ is sitting at 51.80 right now, so 52, right? So it's like if I want to buy calls, which is 100 shares of 52, it'll cost me $142, right? On a TQQQ call. If I was to do this, right, it's like my downside on this contract is $142. My break even on that is 53.40, right? So somewhere here. So after 53.40, I'll make money. So that's a call option. It's usually 100 contracts. So whatever this price multiplied by 100, that's what you get, right? But then it's like if I lose $140, it's fine, right? But what's my upside? Like let's say, for example, like we get the balance that we got and we get to 56. Well, not only I make the value of the contract at 54, at 53, at 53.40, but now every dollar after that, I'm making $100. So that's $2.50. That's $200.40, right? So you bet 140, and then your return is 240. So the upside for me is limited, and this is like a shock that shouldn't prevail through markets, right? Like this is a fear, right? Like there's too many fears on top of each other, so I don't think this lasts. So that's my trade, right? Yeah, like the thing is like continue to do that, right? And then as the thing is like as the pot grows, you can grow your position sizing, right? But it's like
Iran says the location and timing of the discussions are not complicated issues and should not be used as pretext for media games.
So X is PX is the number of X's. So it's like, I think it's so let's say 2 and then no, that ain't it. No, this ain't it. So yeah. The thing is like it depends. So like the leverage is different. I told you we're gonna get a bounce. I told you we're gonna get a bounce. Like this is textbook. Market sold off because of the Iran strike, thinking that this was an escalation, and the reality was that there's no escalation. So it's just like the first thing I did was like, what did the drones do? Right? So it's like, yeah. I'm not sure how Mimi's trading on Hiritoro in reality. Like I know that she's like trying to hedge and do different things there. She's trading more. She's a great trader. Great trader. She's been killing it. But her long, yeah, you know, she's a great trader. Like she traded silver better than I did. I'm gonna lose money on silver again. It's fucking sucks. Fuck silver. Fucking, I'm so bad. All right. So yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's like, so for example, like a 2 leverage, 3 leverage index is like, it's pretty predictable that most of the Nasdaq, right? But yeah, sometimes you get it wrong and you lose money and then it sucks, you know? But then I do that with like different stocks, right? Like you buying individual stocks is risky, like inherently risky. Like buying individual stocks is risky. So there's always risk, right? But for me, it's like if you go that much, 20, 10x, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble because it's like it's really hard to say what the stock or the price of the thing unless you really know it. You know? Like do it with 1x, 2x, right? And then see how it goes and then grow the account and just grow the amount of money that you have in the account and then just use those percentages more. I mean, we got the end of the shutdown. Trump's going to sign that. But right now, everybody's paying attention to Iran or looking for information about Iran. I'm not worried yet. I think Polymarket is expecting like a June strike. So how long did it take for Venezuela to even be considered? So the VIX. You know, so like that's the way that I would like take it. Yeah, you know, like just like leverage is a bitch sometimes. But you know, it's like for example, in the options, right? I was telling you about the options, and it's like the options I don't care because it's like I'm protecting the risk by the most I can lose is the value of the contract. Now, if I get exercised and I hold, and there's other things that can happen, I can get hurt. Because you can get exercised and then you have to buy the shares. Because a call, like an option, is just a contract for a future action. But again, it's per trial and error, and it's the risk that you're willing to handle. Like, so don't like it's not wrong. Like you can use 20x, 10x. I just don't like it. Like me particularly, I don't like it because it puts in risk other stuff that I'm not willing. Right? It's like, for example, like I made money with what was it? Like I bought Boyle, and I'm still so mad. I had a Boyle, and on the Friday I had that position at 1,000x. And I didn't sell it. I didn't sell it, and I took a massive hit, and I'm down 800% on it. You know what I mean? Like, well, from the profits, so I'm up 143% instead of 1,000. That was $1,500 mistake. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, but that was okay because I had made my money in other vehicles, right? So it's like that was just like the gravy train, and I was like, sometimes you just take the gravy. And the thing is, just like, for example, like even when you are at a 200x, right? Like a 20x, like if you make 100% returns, get the fuck out. Like get the fuck out of half and just like invest with the money that you're making profit with, and then control it that way also, right? There are different ways. That's for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here on Finbase, so this is an options chain. This is the strike price. So this is the price that you're asking to buy the contract at, and this is the premiums, the bid and the ask. And then you have like volume, open interest, all that stuff. And then you can like buy depending on the expiry. So it's usually like an option is a contract. You have until a certain date to buy or sell an asset, and you're buying the right or selling the right to someone else to buy or sell an asset, right? Dragger should be here. I'm explaining freaking options now. It's my options 101 class. So you say, for example, let's say you can do this with anything. So like, let's say, for example, you go NVIDIA, and then you go to the options chain, right? So it's like here, it's like this expires on the 4th. So tomorrow, they're doing bi-weekly. Oh, wow. They're doing bi-weekly NVIDIA. Cool. So this expires tomorrow on a Wednesday, right? So it's like, this is like, I'm saying, hey, I'm willing to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA at $180, and I'm willing to pay you $1.72 per share, right? And then you have a strike price, and then break-even points and all that stuff, right? So it's like usually the break-even point is where strike price plus the premium of the contract, which in this case would be $1.72. It's actually not a bad trade. If we get a bounce, that'll be 100% return if we get a bounce tomorrow. Oh, man. So yeah, this is the strike. Price goes down. This is the medium price. Each broker is different. I would have to look at the eToro one actually, because like they don't have an eToro trading like testing. I said I was gonna do a video, and a bunch of people are still waiting on that video, but I need to do it because I want to do options on. I would love to do an options video on them. If Enphase does well today, which I don't think they will because they are commercial energy, it's gonna give an opportunity for First Solar to be purchased. You're here, good. He was listening, but yeah, the options. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, they are. Like they are advanced, but then when you get them, they click, right? And it's just like you just have to remember, it's like I'm buying a contract to, I'm buying the right to buy at a certain price. I'm buying the right to sell at a certain price. I'm selling the right to. At the beginning, it's complicated, but then it starts clicking, and then it's just like, hey, like it's like for example, like sometimes you're waiting for confirmation. It's like, oh well, if we break the 110 again, blah blah blah. For example. It's like we're potentially going higher. Okay, like if the price goes higher than 115, the trend is, and then you just like start making trades in that sense. The problem with options is that you not only have to get the direction right, you have to get the timing right, and that's the hard part. So do expect a lot of losses, a lot of losses. I usually it's like 1% of my portfolio. It should be higher. No, I'm Navarro.
Of earnings.
He's
but
great.
let's go to total revenues for AMD. Let's look at quarterly basis. Let's look at what the market expects and what the market expects for next quarter. See, so for this quarter, AMD is expecting $9.7 billion. Now, AMD is also selling the MI350. We heard Oracle was already getting shipments of that, so there's some strength there. And we haven't really. It's not actually no. That's not gonna talk about any of that. But yeah, I think 10 billion is definitely possible, especially if we do see some nice improvements in the
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been a hard market, man. It's been a hard market since November. Yeah, and if you were in crypto, October was shit. It's been tough. It's been tough. Not for just you, for everybody. You know, it's growing pains. It's like, because I was like talking to a friend today, and I was like, yeah, Nvidia's down and it sucks. Sure. Look at the 3-year return of Nvidia, sitting at 781%. You know what I mean? It's like, look at Microsoft. So it's like the reality is so different. Look at the last 3-year performance, right? It's like, look at the 5. Nuts. It's nuts. So it's like, it's going to take some time. Hello, Nico. Did you eat? I'm up on AMD. I bought AMD a while back. I'm up on AMD 172%. You see, that's like, for example, like the Micron trade. The Micron trade was one that I should have gone heavier on. I'm up on Micron 78% since I called out that trade. Like I lose, dude. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not. Man, I think AMD is gonna shit the bed, but we'll see. I think they're gonna be okay, but I'm not betting on AMD right now. Like I have my position. I'm not getting rid of it, but. Nico, we got 15 minutes. You know what time is it? I got 15 minutes. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy it. If you have any questions, give them in the comments. But yeah, we're waiting for AMD earnings. EPS 132, revenue $9.62. I'm still streaming. I'm game. Never invest alone. Down Posey. Micron did so good, dude. It's so good. Right? Like it ended up doing so good.
One minute to go now to begin the market on close. Imbalance data.
So this is OpenFront.io. It's like it's a fun game, dude. It's like you have population growth, and then you have to like decide what to do, right? So GG will play, and then you have to attack. You get to make alliances. It's super simple game, like super simple, but it's solid. Why shouldn't I have taken the Egypt one?
Ten seconds. Market on close. Imbalance. S&P 500 buy side of 1.4 billion. Nasdaq 100 buy
like super
side
simple. It's just a clicking
673
game.
million. Dow 30 buy side 214 million. And Mag 7 buy side 353 million.
Market's gonna bounce tomorrow. Get ready. S&P 500 being bought by 1 billion. Yeah, that's bullish. Bullish catalyst. messed that up. I shouldn't have done that. Crap. I should have gone directly there. Who's giving me? Ooh, sorry, my friend. It's gonna cost you. Oh, I'm friends with that guy. Let me take one there. And then you have to like, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. How broke I am. Retaliate. 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 Oh, I'm dead. It is GG's. It is GG's. Who attacked me? TD Fraser, this guy. Nice. I didn't realize. I'm not good at this game. Just to say the least. That's it. MP, holy fuck. That was a pretty nice in the last couple of minutes. Pretty nice rally right there. It's not bad. Told you we were going to get a rally into the close. The Dow is up, almost back to even. S&P is still lower, but better than expected. And NASDAQ up almost 50 cents. I entered a pretty hefty positions for tomorrow. Oh, SMCI, I'm up. Let's go. Let me check something so I can let me try something. I want to see something real quick. So what are the earnings that we're going to be paying attention to? Let's go to portfolio. Let's go to market overview. All right, so let's delete all these three. Delete. Then we're going to add tickers, and we're going to go SMCI. And then I'm going to put $1 and $1 is safe. We're going to put SMCI, and then we're going to put AMD and MFace. We're going to go into the after hours performance. AMD trade $1 and safe. And then we're going to go, what's the other one? MFace. Oh, crap.
At 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Super Micro Computers Q2 2026 earnings. Estimated EPS 48 cents. Estimated revenue 10.
There's a 2x MFace.
$43 billion.
I'm not trading. I'm staying away. I'm staying away. Yeah. People don't pay attention to this. Like, it's like, I don't think like a lot of traders do. And it's like, it's just so easy to be able to find the data. Like we saw a little bit of a bump, but then the market didn't care. And then we saw that the development on Iran is just so SMCI. We're gonna do. Do you want to pay attention to Chipotle? Yay! I think I'm happy with those, right? We're gonna go here. And face up, AMD down 1.54% into the day. SMCI recovering from the lows. Then we can go at the close. We'll have this guy read those things, which is nice. I'm up 11% on the SMCI trade already by doing pretty much nothing. I could get out of that trade right now for an 11% gain. But I'm holding. Yeah. So 15 minutes after the bell. Oh, JP Morgan getting bought into the close, ladies and gents. The Max 7 being bought by $60. Look. Market bounces into the close. Bing, 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 bing. We're 2 minutes away from the market close. I'm surprised I stayed until the end. It felt interesting today. Venezuelan gas. I wonder if the gas price went down based on that. Let's have a look. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Like my dad in the meeting, in the episode that we did with my dad, we talked about the price of gas and how Venezuela can produce as much gas as as the total consumption of Colombia daily. It's kind of crazy. Then we have Chipotle. Ay, verga.
Reminder in 5 minutes' time, we're expecting Super Micro Computers Q2 2026 earnings, estimated EPS 48 cents, estimated revenue $10.43 billion.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you one thing, and I mean this with much love. In this business, does not matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how much you know. It just matters whether you're right or whether you're wrong. And that's it. It is the true reality. It's a meritocracy to its finest. Doesn't matter if you worked out the day before, if you freaking knew the knowledge that needed to be known. Nope. You don't get paid for the amount of hours you put in. You get paid for the decisions you make and for the decisions that are right. You know? All right. Nobody's paying attention to SMCI today. Nobody. What's SMCI's volume? It wouldn't even take much. So I have trades on, like I'm trading AMD by proxy. And I'm trading SMCI full on. Full on. Hey, really go. My break-even price on SMCI is 31.60. 31.60. I'm still so far away from 31.60. It's a dollar change from here. It's a 3% move, which is very doable. But they go to zero if I get it wrong. That's why it's like really good traders sometimes just make 1 or 2 trades a year. Really good traders sometimes it's like I'll make 2 trades. It's like everything, like all of the stars align. Saturn is in the right position, blah, blah, blah. Done. All right, ladies and gents, 48 cents and 10, 48 cents and then 10, 43 bill. Two minutes until data. Local load. It's like days like today. Like I have a trade that I'm up on and I'm happy about that. But overall, my portfolio is so down that doesn't even matter. But I'm super happy at the fact that I got the trade right. So I know that.
Surely expecting Supermicro Computers Q2 2026 earnings.
Let it ride. I hate it when that happens. Like it's still not out. Do you know it's still not out? Hey, beta. Still waiting on SMCI's earnings. Oop. Oof. No, I think she took profits. She told me this morning she was taking profits, but I'm not sure. I don't know if she had it on just recently, but as I understand, I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong. You have to wait. You have to wait. No, 5 is SMCI. 5 is SMCI. Let's have a look. SMCI. Let's have AMD. AMD is not going to come out yet. That's for sure. November 4th. Yeah, they're still not out. At that moment they're out, well, now. I get the sentiment. I hate SMCA. They're always late. They're always like, it's just, I don't like owning them. I don't think I own them anymore. I think I sold out on my position on eToro. Did I? Pretty sure I did. %11.4% moved on SMCI today. Implied. Oh no. Oh no. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
As we're still waiting on Supermicro Computers Q2 2026 earnings, reminder at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time we have AMD Q4 2025 earnings, estimated EPS $1.32, estimated revenue $9.65 billion.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she's had another one added or maybe she could have. The thing I don't like about options is I can't get out of them. And the thing is there's no liquidity. You don't get out of these, but
Just a heads up, according to Levitt, Trump will sign bill to reopen the government live from the Oval Office at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
so in 30 minutes he's going live. Trump. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
Reminder 5 minutes time, expecting AMD Q4 2025 earnings, estimated EPS $1.32, estimated revenue $9.65 billion.
Damn, I could have gotten I could have gotten out of my SMCI at 18% gains. Just remember that. I could have gotten out of my calls at 17% gain. And I have a friend that he looks at me. It's like, at least I'm not losing. I know you are losing more money, and it's true. And then I know people that are losing way more money than I am, so you don't feel as bad. It still sucks, but I get it. I get that sentiment. You know what I mean? It's like the thing is, it's like, bro, like in this business, you're gonna get shit wrong. At 200 is 88, and I can't sell until tomorrow. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bum 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 bum. They should have come out already. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I just need a couple of 200% years to retire it easy, start a company, build it up, repump it louder, repump it louder. After this earnings, I'm taking my doggo out. He needs to go outside. Echo, is it raining? $10K signing bonus, Dragos. $10K signing bonus.
New Zealand dollar extends rise to 1% against the US dollar. I hope so. Let's freaking go. In face a move like that, that means that they report it likely. Yeah, they did. A beat. Earnings per share. A beat on revenue. Let's freaking go. That's right. Enphase is up. Solar companies are up. Let's freaking go. Let's go. You want an advance payment? Yeah. Surely expecting AMD Q4 2025 earnings.
It's the joke that people say, like, it's okay, I'm not worried. I'm waiting for my I know my friend is gonna start a company, he's gonna make me CEO, so it's okay. I have nothing to worry about.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. AMD is gonna pump quick. Whoop.
Adjusted EPS $1.53, a beat on the estimate of $1.32. Revenue $10.27 billion, a beat on the estimate of $9.65 billion. R&D expenses $2.33 billion, a beat on the estimate of $2.16 billion. Adjusted operating income $2.85 billion, a beat on the estimate of $2.47 billion. CapEx $222 million, a miss on the estimate of $231.4 million. AMD Fourth quarter adjusted operating margin 28%, a beat on the estimate of 25.4%. AMD sees Q1 revenue $9.5 billion to $10.1 billion, a beat on the estimate of $9.39 billion.
Oh, what? Insane. SMCI is not gonna like it. What was the EPS of AMD? It's probably just gonna go flat, which is not a good thing. I like this though. I like the M face beat. That's not good. I have NDAs, Graham. I can't say. There's one that I used to show back in the day. Yeah, 49 cents a beat and then 10.4 billion. Oh no, that's expectation.
AMD sees Q1 adjusted gross margin about 55%, a beat on the estimate of 54.5%. AMD shares fall 4% after fourth quarter earnings report.
It's down 4%. God damn it. 5% down. Crap. It's a problem. AMD is going to take a while for it to turn. And then SMCI hasn't given the results yet, which gives me hope. Hopefully. Yeah, they've not given them out yet. So we know the call is at 10. They have to give it out soon. Damn, earnings per share was $1.53, and then revenue beat on 1027 out of 965, so almost $1 billion more. It's a good beat. Yeah, it's a good beat, but it's not enough. That's the problem. It's just not enough. Market just wants it to go, go, go. So I don't think AMD is gonna save our asses today. That's for sure. It's not a bad beat though. It's a good beat. Problem is this makes Nvidia take a hit too further. Everything goes down a little bit further here. Sad. It's very sad.
AMD says in Q4 the company benefited from about $360 million release of previously reserved AMD Instant MI308 inventory and related charges. AMD says 2025 results include about $440 million in net inventory related charges from US government's export control on an Instinct M1308 data center GPU products.
AMD down 7% on the day. Oof. Oof. SMCI doesn't like that at all. But SMCI could be a key indicator for NVIDIA earnings. So I'm going to pay attention to. I just didn't have, I think AMD is like a long-term play. They're hoping that they can compete on the inference side of things. It's going to take a while still. It's going to take a while. I like the stock. I mean, but the expectations are too high. Oh, man.
Reminder at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're expecting US API crude oil stock change. Forecast a build of 0.7 million, prior a draw of 0.247 million. API Cushing stock change, prior a draw of 0.092 million. Distillate stock change, prior a build of 2 million. Gasoline stock change, prior a draw of 0.415 million. Also expecting comments from Trump, who's due to take part in a signing ceremony for the new budget.
You know what I thought it was? I thought it was a singing ceremony. I thought there were gonna be some kids singing and stuff when they were supposed to meet. Trump speaks at 9:30. So hopefully he's like, I don't think he's gonna come on time. He never comes on time, so Antonia's mad. Antonia's mad.
AMD shares add to after hours decline, last down 5.3%.
It's funny because wow. Are they not gonna tell us? Just outrageous.
AMD sees Q1 operating expenses about $3.05 billion compared to the estimate of $2.83 billion.
Costs are going up. Costs are going up. That's no good. That's no good. It's a problem. It's like one of the scary things about I just read it. I just read it. I think it's gonna be fine. AMD likes to dump. Like a lot of people have super high expectations that this will be the year they'll beat by a crazy number, and then they don't. They're steady racer. You know what I mean? Like there's AMD is like the turtle. Nvidia is like the hare. You know, it's like Nvidia will go, come back, have these issues, blah blah, and then AMD will be right there. It's right there. Every time improving, every time improving. Ooh. Very good. Yo nací en una ribera en el Arauca, Virador. Come on, let's go. Right, I'm gonna chill for a bit. Hey, SimCI is not posting results, which sucks. It's either really good or really bad. That a tech company can't put the results up. Right? It is. A week from now, it'll be up. A week from now, the whole market's gonna be up. At least I'm betting on that. Okay, I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Oh man. Oh man, I'm tired. Let's have a look. I'm gonna. Oh man, that's nice. Get it under the this camera. That would not be nice. I'm surprised SMCI hasn't even given the results. It's either really good, which it could be, or they're incompetent and they're still running into issues and they don't even know how to update their website to put that stuff up. Which could also be one. The guy that was supposed to put the results forgot. That could also be one. Yeah, 2% up. Let's go. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, he's happy, but he's taking a hit on Nova today. Nova's way down today. Oh, man. My phone here. Yes, it is. I'm going to read chat. Oh, my phone. Oh.
Right, in just under 2 minutes' time, expecting US API data. Crude oil stock change forecast a build of 0.7 million. Prior, a draw of 0.247 million. Cushing stock change, prior, a draw of 0.092 million. Distillate stock change, prior, a build of 2 million. And gasoline stock change, prior, a draw of 0.415 million. Also expecting comments from Trump. According to an SEC filing, Oracle files for offering of up to $20 billion of common stock.
What? What did it say? It's actually 9. 9 wars. 9.5 actually. 9.5. That's what he says. Oh. All right. SMCI, come on. This is pretty nuts, dude. Really? They'll post it here. Ooh. So, CapEx was better than expected. Research and development expenses was more than expected. Revenue was a little bit higher than expected, and EPS was really good. It's just like they're expecting more, you know, because what's AMD's, if we go to, yeah, they're always expecting more. Like if you look at the expectations, they're going to read us this out. Wait a second.
A&D says excluding M1 MI 308 China sales, Q4 revenue was $9.8 billion.
The hat is appropriate. It's the right slogan.
Finishing off the session with the US market wrap, a tech sell-off drove equities down from near record highs as investors shifted into more economically sensitive industries. A surge in geopolitical concerns boosted oil prices, while gold recovered from historic low. Bitcoin dropped briefly, exceeded 7%. A drop in software companies dragged on trading as Anthropic's automation tool raised concerns that their core business was at risk. Despite Palantir's positive forecast, the S&P 500 dropped 0.8% and the Nasdaq 100 plummeted 1.6%. Energy stocks rose alongside crude after the US Navy knocked down an Iranian drone aimed at an aircraft ship in the Arabian Sea. Despite the sharp decline in major benchmarks, the majority of S&P 500 shares climbed. FedEx, an economic bellwether, extended its record-breaking rise. Walmart has surpassed $1 trillion. Bets on AI companies have dominated the US equity market for 3 years, but an increasing number of investors believe the run led by the Mag 7 megacaps is giving way to greater market participation. In reality, a dramatic shift occurred in 2026, with value shares outperforming growth. In another evidence of rotation, an equal-weighted version of the S&P 500, which gives Dollar Tree the same clout as Apple, edged only slightly lower. The Russell 2000 index of small businesses rose at 0.3%. At the same time, the group of software shares in the US market benchmark fell by roughly 4%. The dollar fell after posting its largest back-to-back gain since April, and treasuries barely moved, as investors digested the latest comments from central bank speakers. According to Fed's Barkin, policy easing has boosted the labor market, and authorities are now aiming to return inflation to the objective. According to Fed's Byron, the lack of robust price pressures necessitates another rate cut
the
this
drug
year.
prices came down. And now we're talking about bringing it down by 80, 90, 75, 68. I mean, I have numbers in the back that nobody can believe. Most favored nations. And remember, the Republicans did that. The Democrats did not do that. Republicans did it. And that's going to have a huge impact also on healthcare, because medicine, I mean, it's a big chunk of healthcare. And if you're bringing something down from $100 down to $20, $18, because we were subsidizing the entire world. And frankly, I had to get the countries to go along with it, and I had to threaten tariffs against them if they didn't approve. And the healthcare
Ooh,
companies,
AMD
who
more.
weren't easy either, but they said it doesn't matter because they'll never get the countries, because they didn't really want to do it. And I got the countries. I got every one of them. And really, people can't even believe it. But for the people standing behind me, if you use that alone, you should win. We should win the elections coming up. Anybody else? How about on this side?
You mentioned the IRS,
Yeah, please.
Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Their behavior has been atrocious. If you think about leaking your tax returns, the tax returns of others, and never any accountability. I must have questioned Janet Yellen 4 times, 5 times under oath about this and never an answer. We stripped $10 billion from the IRS in this bill that you just signed. And today I launched an investigation with my staff on all of these contractors that are associated with the ones that allowed your information to be put out. These contractors that hire activists to come in and do their work. These corporations here in America that bring activists in to do their work. That's going to come to an end.
They did leak my tax returns. It was terrible. The good news is I paid a hell of a lot of tax. I paid tens of millions of dollars. I said, where are my accountants? I want to talk to my accountant. But they did. They leaked my tax return. They didn't do it in a nice way. They tried to get something out of it. No, they're bad people.
Accountability is coming, though. You think about the phone companies that leaked our telephone records, several of us here.
Right.
Verizon leaked my telephone records. You think about what's happened across the country. This is going to come to an end.
And we should have voter ID, by the way. We should have a lot of the things that I think everybody wants to see. Who would not want voter ID? Only somebody that wants to cheat. Think of it. We don't have voter ID. And the Democrats don't want it. And the reason they don't want it because they want to cheat. Because there's no reason in the world. And I love that debate, Lindsay. I love saying, well, why don't you want voter ID? And you watch them say, I don't know. I just
Make
can't.
them vote.
No, it's a terrible thing. So anyway, anybody else?
Well, Mr. President, you
Please.
said you wanted to make America safer and more prosperous, and we've done it. More prosperity means more money in people's pockets, and they notice that every time they go to fill up with gas, and they're going to know it when they get their tax returns that this year are going to be at least $1,000, if not more, greater than it's been in the past, and that's a result of the work that you've done with this whole group. And in terms of America being safer, a number of us were at the border 2 weeks ago. The border is secure. No one is coming across, not the 10,000 we saw every day with Joe Biden. And the American people still in overwhelming numbers, Republicans, Democrats, and independents all say illegal immigrant criminals need to be deported. And Mr. President, you're doing that.
And no tax on tips.
No tax on Social Security.
Yeah.
No tax on
More money
Think
in
of it.
people's pockets.
Think of it. And that was all the great big beautiful bill, as I call it, the great big beautiful bill. To me, that's what it is. And people are starting to realize it now.
Reminder at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, we expect the New Zealand unemployment rate forecast 5.3%, unchanged from the prior. New Zealand participation rate forecast 70.3%, unchanged from the prior. New Zealand job growth quarter on quarter forecast 0.3%.
You take interest,
prior
you deduct it against
0%.
your tax. So to me, that's unbelievable for the people, unbelievable for our car companies, which is jobs. Anybody else?
Mr. President, the biggest part of this bill is our national security.
Right.
And thank you. The men and women who serve this country are grateful to you. We give them a pay raise. We're building more ships, as you said, planes, missiles. We need to defend this country, and you're doing a great job in leading us in the right direction.
Thank you very much. Katie, go ahead. You were going to say something.
Yeah, no, Mr. President, this is just unprecedented leadership. The fact that you got everyone to come together and actually get these bills across the finish line, you heard it from the speaker, but that hasn't happened in a long time. So 96% of the government being funded, your priorities put in place, Mr. President, so that we can make the country safer, we can make it more prosperous. And not only can we make America great again, but we can tell people now America is back.
Yeah, it's a great, we'll never forget MAGA, and we're all with MAGA, but I thought this was very appropriate, right?
Love it.
Right?
Love it. Says everything.
Cindy Hyde, come on, say something.
Well, there's a little hospital in here, a rural hospital in Meadville, Mississippi,
Right?
called Franklin County Hospital. It would have closed the end of this month without this bill. Thank you from everybody in Mississippi, especially Franklin County.
And we've covered the rural very well. Nobody ever thought it was possible because we had a lot of opposition from the Democrats, as you know. But
It's always
Nobody
the
thought it
same,
was
dude.
possible.
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
great.
President.
How about it?
Thank you,
Anybody
thank
back
you.
there?
We
Tom?
thank you for the
Best
work
budget
that
for
you do.
Native
Thank you, Mr.
Americans
President.
ever, Mr. President.
Trump signed bill to end partial U.S. government
We'll
shutdown.
sign it, then if you would have some questions of anybody up here.
Let me just piggyback. This rural America is taken care of in this bill. And I mean, as Cindy says, so thank you for all America, but especially rural America.
Thank you.
In
Thank
5
you.
minutes' time, we're expecting New Zealand unemployment rate forecast 5.3%, unchanged from the prior. New Zealand participation rate forecast 70.3%, unchanged from the prior. New Zealand job growth quarter on
Probably won't
quarter
hold this,
0.3%,
And I think
prior
going up one little
0%.
page doesn't do it justice. In there, it's a lot of stuff, but it's signed. Thank you.
Trump says talks are still going on with Iran.
Still happening this week?
Yeah.
Where will they be? And what do you need to hear from Iran?
They're all over, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance.
And Trump
to
says,
do
I don't want a
something,
repeat
a
of
while ago,
Midnight
and it
Hammer
didn't
with
work out,
Iran.
and we did Midnight Hammer. I don't think they want that happening.
Trump says we're
again. They
negotiating
would
with
like
Iran
to,
right now.
Negotiate. We are negotiating with them right now.
And Trump says there's more than one meeting with Iran.
I can't tell you that.
Mr. President.
There's more than one meeting. Yep.
Mr. President, how was your meeting with Gustavo Petro earlier today? And did you come to any agreement on?
Seeing a little bit of downside
Yeah, we
on
did. We
WTI
worked
crude
on it,
oil
and
off the back of the Trump
got along
headlines.
very well. He and I weren't exactly the best of friends. but
Trump
I
says,
wasn't
I'm working on
insulted because I
sanctions
never
with
met him. I
Colombia.
didn't know him at all. And we got along very well, and we're working on that. We're working on some other
So
things.
seeing some
too,
movement
including
in
sanctions.
WTI crude oil on the downside
And,
off the back of the
but we had a very
headline
good meeting.
where Trump was saying
I thought he was
you don't want
terrific.
a repeat of Midnight Hammer with Iran.
Mr. President, can you give us any update on how the talks are going for potential changes to the Department of Homeland Security? Have you agreed to any specifics?
None. Well, we have a secure border. In fact, we have 9 months now where nobody has come into our country illegally. Now, I don't know if I can believe that because, you go from 25 million people to nobody, but the Democrats do that. They're leaning left, the people that do that report. And for 9 months, they have said nobody has come into it. It is a strong, great border. We do have people coming into our country, but they're all coming in legally. You take a look at that.
Should be at
and
10,
look at
no?
what was going on a year and a half ago on our border, where criminals were coming in,
The
drug
SMCI is
dealers
at
were
10,
coming
which is
in,
outrageous.
people from mental institutions were coming in. The worst, they say the worst. I don't even know if I like the term, but the worst of the worst was coming into our country, and now we have virtually no. Our country it's beautiful to see. Even if you go down, some of you, I think, were down there a couple of weeks ago, and you couldn't believe it, right? Because you were there 2 years ago.
10,000 a day.
And 10,000 a day. And now you didn't even see anybody. Nobody comes up with saving lives because nobody comes up. They have to come through the jungles and they're dying of all sorts of problems, including murder. And we have nobody coming in, and we're getting people out that we have 11,888 murderers.
1 minute remaining. I'll be leading with New
We're
Zealand
getting them
unemployment
out, we're
rate.
getting them out fast. And the only place where there's a little bit of a problem.
API
and I will
data
tell
coming
you
in
this,
now.
Minnesota,
Seeing
their
crude
crime
a
because
draw
us,
of 11.1
because we've taken out
million.
thousands of criminals.
Cushing
Their crime
a
is
draw
down,
of
not because
1.4
of
million.
anybody else.
Gasoline a build of 4.7 million. Distillate a draw of
But all
4.8
over the
million.
country, wherever we're involved, we're getting criminals out of our country, and the crime rate now is the lowest it's been since 1900. That's 125 years, and that's despite the fact with an open border stupid policy. 25 million people, in my opinion.
I'm done. I might have to wait. I don't know if I want to do the call, man. Fuck. Like the AMD call is slow.
10 seconds.
Oh man, I will pass out. I've been live for 4 hours.
5.4%, 5.4%, higher than forecast of 5.3%. New Zealand participation rate 70.5%, 70.5%, higher than forecast of 70.3%. New Zealand job growth quarter on quarter 0.5%, 0.5%, higher than forecast of 0.3%.
Whoa! Boom. What did I say? What did I say about solar energy? What did I say about solar energy? Abin. Let's freaking go. 7% up on the move today. The Russell is up today. Wow.
New Zealand dollar holds gain after mixed Q4 employment data.
Might have to do the update tomorrow, guys. I need to take my dog out for a walk. Nico. Oh, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to pass out. I don't think this is going to come out anytime soon. In reality, I was already expecting this data to be out.
We have posted the New Zealand Q4 2025 jobs report on the feed for those interested.
It just makes no sense, the fact that they're not out. It's either they're really good or really bad. And they're like, we're going to tell you in person so you don't freak out. It's the only thing that makes sense. That's hilarious. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Graham, Dragas, Nest Chatting. Tomorrow I'm probably going to be going live, but I'm going to try not to go so early. I've been online for so long. It's just the Iranian thing made the markets interesting, but yeah, we'll make sure. I'm going to get some rest. When SMCI comes, if anybody sees it, send me a message. I bet you the moment I go out, it's going to come on. So, look, SMCI, bam. Nope. All right. Another bad day. It's okay. When it rains, it will stop. And the sun will shine and the rainbow will come. So make sure to take a look at your buying opportunities right now. Keep your head up high, guys. It's part of the game. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Peace.